prevent flooding of the lagoon in the future. Contrary to popular belief, Venice is no longer sinking. A little bit of Venice's features. The city's height above sea level is about 80 centimeters or 31 inches. The height of the floods, the major floods they had back in 1966 was 2 meters or 6 feet. The highest point is the Campanile, which you can see over there at St. Mark's Square. That's at 99 meters or 325 feet in height. The size of the city from the east to the west is 5 kilometers or 3 miles. And the size of the city from the north to the south is 2 kilometers or 1 mile. Makes the size the equivalent to Central Park in New York City. There are 6 districts. There are about 170 canals, about 400 bridges. And after a few days of staying in Venice, you probably feel like you've gone over 400 bridges. There's about 3,000 alleyways and 200 churches. And visitors per year between 13 and 15 million. And the population of Venice in its heyday during the Venetian Republic was around 200,000 people. And that's about the same today when you factor in the outlying areas and islands. The lagoon that we're entering into is 56 kilometers or 30 miles, and it has a width of 8 to 14 kilometers or 5 to 9 miles. And it covers a surface area of 550 square kilometers or 212 square miles. So coming up on the port or left-hand side is the Lido area. And what you're seeing over here right now is the San Nicolo area. It's the only quarter of cultural interest on the island. But here on the left-hand side, you're going to see the airfield. And there's an aero club that's located here, and every year they have an air show that goes on. But this is the first airport in Venice. And before that, the Marco Polo Airport was built. And so even today you have some private planes that come in here. So you have the landing strip all marked out over there for you right now. So you have a good view of it. Venice's first airport over here on the Lido. And you see the cabanas and the beaches of the Lido off to the port or left-hand side. As I mentioned earlier, it's a slender sandbank. It's 12 kilometers or 8 miles long. And it forms this natural barrier between Venice and the open sea. And the Lido is both a residential suburb of the city and, more importantly, for tourists, the city's seaside resort. And as you'll see, when you get around the tip of the Lido, it's the only island in the lagoon with roads, so it's linked to the Tronchetto Island car park by car ferry boats. And we'll probably see some of those ferry boats as we make the round tip of the Tronchetto is up in the area that we'll be docking in. The Lido's main season is from June to September, the most crowded months between, of course, July and August. And in the 19th century, before the Lido was developed, the island was a favorite haunt of Shelley, Byron, and other literary figures. And Byron swam from the Lido to Santa Chiara via the Grand Canal in just under 4 hours. Bathing establishments were gradually opened, and by the turn of the century, the Lido had become one of Europe's most fashionable seaside resorts, frequented by royalty, film stars, and the leading lights of the literati. They stayed in the Grand Hotel, swam in the sea, or sat in deck chairs on the sands by the striped cabanas. And life in the Lido's heyday was brilliantly evoked in Thomas Mann's book, Death in Venice, which he wrote back in 1912. You can also read the book when you get home or get the film. The Lido is also just coming back to becoming a prestigious resort. It's not like it was back in the 1930s, but you do have the beaches here. They're crowded. You have some busy streets and packed with the day trippers that come in. But nevertheless, you have the sands, the sea, and sporting facilities, and they provide a welcome break from Venice City's area. And then you'll see a lot of the back area of the Lido with a lot of the trees covering the street, so it's a nice shaded area as well. Beautiful area. If you're spending any time in Venice a few days, you might want to take one of the Vaporetti over to the Lido and explore it for a while. It can be covered by bus, but the most popular form is bicycle, or you just simply walk around on the island from where the that rudder drops you off to the other side. It's only about a 20-minute
I'm gonna
walk.
get some more lemonade.
So we're making our turn now. Here's the tip of the Lido, the airstrip, and we'll be making our way into the Canale San Nicolo. Out of the distance, some of the other islands in the lagoon, of course, are Murano, the island of glass. And it's interesting, there was an article in the New York Times a while back about Murano, and some of you might be going over there on our tours today, maybe on your own in the next couple of days, but the island is just a short boat ride from Venice, and it's been broken recently in months by ear-splitting saws and the low rumble of heavy machinery out there, according to the New York Times. A wing of a late 19th century brick factory built by the Society Venice